Hello, friend. Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. I have got a great video today because this is something that you definitely are going to want to hear about. But before I get to that, if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. It's a great community, and I know you want to be a part of it. It's fast, free, and easy to do. Bottom right-hand corner, there's a little red box. Tap on it, you're subscribed, and you'll know when our next video comes out. Also, give us one of those thumbs up that lets other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring here to Lake Chapala. Okay. This is I guess one of the things I would say is a pet peeve of mine. And I was really embarrassed the other day when I had a client for my service hear from an expat absolutely unload the negativity dump truck all at one time. I felt so bad for him because this lady, actually, when we walked away, I felt bad for her, but this is just somebody that just isn't happy and had to do everything that they could to make somebody else feel bad. So I'm talking about nasty people. Now, we all know folks that just aren't real friendly and nice and caring. In fact, I can remember my dad, for those of you who don't know, was raised a preacher's kid. And I can remember my dad saying one time that there's only 3 idiots in the world. They just get around really well. So the subject of nasty people. I want to share some things with you because I know for a fact, if you are here and you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. There are people that are just negative about things about Lake Chapala. There's a lot of people on Facebook that say negative things about Lake Chapala. And here's the way I look at it. I've had people tell me, hey, it's my fault that, Lake Chapala's got so many people coming here. Hey, look, I've been doing this channel now for 1.5 years. There are people that actually have channels that have been here doing it for 15 to 20 years. So people aren't necessarily just because they see my channel and they're moving here. It's not. There's a lot of folks. Now I've had people tell me that they saw my channel and they were looking at, locating to Puerto Vallarta or Mazatlan or wherever it may be. And they saw this thing about Lake Chapala and they started following the channel. But the bottom line is, as humans, we're always looking for a better life. We want to live life. I'm going to say first class because that sounds like you got to be rich and wealthy to do that. But just living a good life, living without a lot of stress, being able to have peace, being able to unplug from the high-paced society that we live in up north. And so wherever we look, it's on Facebook, it's in social media, we see it on YouTube, we see it in other videos, we see it on TV. It's always about negativity. And I think that there are people that really get peeved about the fact that other people are looking for something better themselves. And I think there's a lot of selfish people that just want to keep it to themselves and not share it with anybody. So what do? They become nasty. They become not very friendly at all. So I want to share just a few things with you that I've learned over the years. I'm going to share them with you because I think it'd be really, really beneficial for you. When it comes to hearing from people talking about, or just talking nasty about Lake Chapala because they want to be selfish, they don't want anybody else to come here. So there's things that they're going to be saying. I'm going to give you a couple here. There are people that are nasty and they want to invalidate what you feel. What that does is it gives them power over you. They want to make you feel like your desire of being here isn't the right choice. They're here, but they want to make you feel like this isn't the right choice. Coming here is not the right thing to do. I've mentioned before that the way that people feel better about themselves that aren't kind people is they have a way of pushing you down, which pushes them up. Okay? So they're going to press you down, which brings them up. They feel better. But it isn't really better. Nasty people, what they do is they're judgmental. They exaggerate the truth. I say this. They exaggerate the truth, but what they're sharing is not truth. So what they're going to do is they're going to exaggerate it in any way they possibly can. Everybody wants to have the bigger fish. They all want to have the better story. So things get embellished. I've talked about a lot of things that people talk about that have embellished. One of them is crime, talking about how bad the crime's here. But I'm going to get to that in a second. There are folks that when you're talking about Lake Chapala, they're going to cut you off. That gives them a feeling of being in control. They interrupt you because they don't care what you think. They're going to make sure that you hear what they have to say, and they just want to be unfriendly. And you know the other thing? These aren't the Mexican people I'm talking about. These are expats. And I think there's the selfishness that takes place. And I think there needs to be an understanding. And I'm going to get to that in just a moment. So here's things that they say. Or I should say, these are things that I've heard recently. And this is something that I specifically heard somebody mention at the LCS, the Lake Chapala Society. I was with this couple. The wife wasn't right there. I was with the husband. And we were being real friendly with a couple ladies. And I let them know why, in fact, I was there with this couple. I had mentioned that they're taking a look at Lake Chapala as a place that betters their life. They're looking for a better life. They're looking for a life that they can unplug, where they can relax and take it easy. And right away, she just, and so I let her know that I was there with them, showing them Lake Chapala. And she let into me. I just couldn't believe it. She was saying how terrible the traffic is. And you would think that there are 10 million cars here. The way she talked about the traffic, bumper to bumper, and you can't get anywhere, and just too many cars on the roads, and the roads are becoming bad because people are driving over them, and there's way too many cars. There's way too many people here. Don't tell them to come here. I don't know why you're doing that. I thought she was going to use some cussing words, some language that I'm glad she didn't, but I really felt that was coming. She said, if you're going to bring people here, telling them that they shouldn't come here, that there's way too much noise. They're not going to want to be around the noise. It's really bad. She said, there's way too many people. Now, here's what's interesting. She's already living here. Why did she come here? To have a better life. But yet she wants to tell somebody else, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't come here. You're not going to want to be here. This is not a place where you're going to want to be. Talking about the terrible roads. Then she got talking about the lake. And you can probably tell just by my mannerisms. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I care about people. And I genuinely do. And she brought up the fact about the lake and how polluted it is. And how nobody swims in the lake. And how she was talking about you never see anybody in the lake, or even you never see anybody on the lake, is what she said. And I'm thinking in my mind, are you kidding me? You're telling people that the lake is polluted when you don't even know. You can't take a lake. It's the largest freshwater lake in Mexico. Yes, there was a time where it was polluted because the Lerma River, which actually feeds into the lake, years ago was polluted. So it polluted the lake. But here's what's interesting. And it wasn't just yesterday. It wasn't just 10 years ago. This has been happening for, I want to say, almost 15 to 20 years. The water from the lake is being pumped out at 2,500 gallons a second to provide water for Guadalajara. If that was the case, it isn't like she has a secret that nobody knows about. No. What she has is something that she wants to over-exaggerate and just create a bunch of dissension and anxiety and stress. And, well, are we really going to want to move here? And is it really a good decision? And as I told you, I'm not physical. I'm not a fighter. But it's like I wanted to almost punch her because I just could not believe the way she came off at me. And then also in front of somebody who's looking to Lake Chapala that's looking for a place where they can live better health-wise, so they can relax, so they can have peace in their life, so they can enjoy life in their later years. She said that nobody uses the lake. I wanted to tell her. I didn't because I wanted to take the high road. I have seen, this is me now, I have seen wakeboarding, jet skis, windsurfing, water skiing, sailboats, and even expats fishing in the lake. If the lake was so polluted, would people be in it? Look, I'm from Southern California, from Huntington Beach. I will tell you the beaches get closed down because of the bacteria count. I have not found in one place where Lake Chapala was shut down because of bacteria or shut down because of the fact there's some chemicals or something that's coming off that's actually causing people to get cancer, of all things. Telling people that the lake is actually making people get cancer. What a bunch of baloney. As I said, I just take the high road. Then she got talking about the crime. You know, if you want to know the truth about the crime, I have done studies and I've done videos on what the crime is like here at Lake Chapala, even Mexico. Compare Lake Chapala to any city in the States and the level of crime that takes place. And I'm not just talking about, oh, somebody stole something. No, I'm talking about murders. I'm talking about people getting killed. I'm talking about mass murders. I'm talking about somebody goes in a movie theater and just starts shooting it up. Or they go into a mall, or they go into a school. Crime is huge in the States. It's nowhere near that here. I share all this to share with you this, and that is, when you hear someone talking about this, what I've just explained to you, just take a deep breath. Be calm. People do what people do. Everybody wants the bigger fish. Barbara and I, this last September, we were in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it was in September. And there was a shooting here at the lake. And it was a big deal. I had somebody actually reach out to me, call me, forgot that I was actually in Albuquerque, and asked me if I saw all the traffic or I saw all of the police cars and everything that happened. I says, I'm not even there. But I knew it was something I was going to check into when I got back. Now, here's the thing. Yes, there was a lot of shooting. There were bullets, I'm sure, going everywhere. There was a lot of police there. There was a call that went out, and there was a couple guys in a police car that was actually sent to this house, and they saw that there was a lot of guns in the driveway. So they called, and the cavalry got sent in. Well, it turned out that there was 3 expats that were actually arrested. Nobody was shot. Nobody was hurt. But 3 expats actually got arrested for car theft, for stealing a car. Now, I think there was a lot more to the story than what was written in regards to police reports and such. I got a feeling somebody might have bought a car and it turned out that, it wasn't somebody's car to sell, and they end up with a car, and it was almost like being in possession of a stolen car. That's what I got the feeling. But I want to share with you what the words were around here, what the buzz was. I was at dinner with a group of folks from church. Somebody brought that up about the shooting. And somebody at our church literally told them that it was 2 cartel gangs fighting against each other. When does cartel gangs show up anywhere and nobody's dead? When would they show up and there's a bunch of bullets that fly and nobody gets hurt? The answer is it doesn't. When you think a cartel, right amongst that is crime, is murders, shootings, killings. But you know what? That's not what it was here. So everybody wants to have the better story. And she was going to make sure, this gal at the LCS, she was going to make sure that this individual had an earful of all the things that's really wrong about Lake Chapala. And she's living here. And she'd been here for like 10, 15 years. There's a reason why I'm sharing with you. And you can probably hear the passion in my voice. Because I don't want somebody to steal your dream with false information. I want you to be able to move here and be excited about moving here. We've got folks that I've been with. We've got folks that I've never met. We've connected through the channel, and they're very grateful in regards to the information I share, and they see it as being, when they're really wanting the truth about something, they know they can go to our channel and get the truth. That's why I'm sharing it. I want you to know if your dream is to live in Mexico, if your dream is to be at a place just like one of the gals, just a real sweetheart. She was in the States for 26 years. She's from Canada, just a wonderful person. And she's just wanting to get away from it all. And I still remember sitting at a bench at the Malecon in Ajijic, sitting on a bench looking at the lake. And I says, what is it? What do you think of? What comes to mind when you're sitting here? And I'll never forget what she said. She said, peace. And that's the truth. Being here at Lake Chapala, if you choose to, you have peace. And I guess I say all this to say, if it's your dream, your desire, your wish, Lake Chapala is a wonderful place to retire and to enjoy a life that you've not been able to enjoy in the States or in Canada. It's a totally different life. I was with another couple. In fact, it's one of the recent videos I did. Her name was Sherry. And Sherry is somebody that's lived a high stressful life working for a law firm for like 40 years. High stress, high blood pressure, huge blood pressure. And she said it wasn't but the following day that they were here that her blood pressure dropped. It dropped. She felt just so at peace here. So I hope this has been helpful for you. That Lake Chapala is a great place to be. Are there nasty people? Yes, just like everywhere else. But I want you to know that when you start hearing things like this, just realize They're just having a bad day. They don't see life the same way. And people do what people do. We can't change it. All we can do is be a witness to somebody else that might be unhappy in life. And by the fact of you just being calm, it probably takes all their power away, because they don't realize they don't see you getting all upset and steaming out of the ears. So, all right, hope this has been helpful for you. Friend, if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's a great community. I know you want to be a part of it. It's fast, free, and easy to do. All you got to do is go to the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little red box, tap on it, you're subscribed, and you'll know when our next video comes out. Give us one of those thumbs up. Lets other people know it's a great video to watch about living and retiring at Lake Chapala. Stop by, say hi, ask a question, leave an idea of a video you'd like to see. Make sure to hit the bell, because that way you'll be immediately notified when our next video comes out, and you don't want to miss our next video. So with that, as always, thank you for being a part of this community and supporting this channel. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.